I can hear it. this?
She ready.
She ready?
She ready.
She better be ready. Yeah. You here, Mama?
I'm here.
Round of
I'm
applause
here.
for Mama Love. Wait, let's back this up. I got to give you a round of applause. Mama Love is in the building. Mama Love is in the building. Aww. How you doing, Mom?
I'm doing fine.
You sound very nervous. This is not the same mom that be in the kitchen talking to me. This is a different lady right here. What's going on?
I'm gonna loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, loosen up.
Loosen up.
Yeah, loosen up. That's right. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I'm your host, Dice Stills. I'm here with Mama Love. We in the building. How you doing, Mom?
I'm doing great.
You fine?
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, you wanted to be here. Step up to the mic. Don't be shy.
Okay, the mic is right in my face. Hey, how y'all doing out there?
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
You know, it was always an idea to have you come on the show, to let people know a little about you. You know, because I'm one of your biggest fans. You know, my favorite girl, and to also let people know a little something about me from your perspective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You ready for that?
Yeah. What do we want to tell? What do we want to share?
Hey, I'm transparent for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I've told my story. Mm-hmm. I've written my story. So right. It's nothing that I'm really hiding about my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm very comfortable talking about myself.
Right.
And, and I could talk about myself all day, but it's different coming from somebody that really knows me.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
I think that's right. I think you're right about that. And we can share a few things. You just ask me.
Oh, just got to ask you.
Talk to me.
I got Kev for that. When Kev come, Kev is he's gonna ask the questions that I probably would never ask. Knowing Kev, Kev is, his personality, he brings it out.
Straight to the point.
Right.
Okay.
Straight shooter.
Gotcha.
But before we get into me, let's talk a little bit about you. All right,
mm-hmm.
Mom. I know. Tell the people. How many you got siblings?
I was married twice.
Oh, okay. Go right to that. Right.
I have 4 children. And you're the youngest.
Okay.
And I got 3 daughters, and I always wanted a son. So there's a 7-year difference between my youngest daughter and you.
Right.
So I finally got my son, and I thank God for that. And then we went through the stuff.
All right, let's hold on. Let's back up. When you talk about the stuff, you're talking about incarceration. After incarceration.
Going through all that traumatic events, and learning a whole lot as we went through it together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Learning. What do you mean learning a whole lot?
Learning about the system. Learning about you.
Right.
Learning about myself. Learning how to lean on God to get us through what we were going through.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked.
Okay.
It worked because I believe that God has a plan for all of us, and we, whether we like it or not, we have no control over it. So we just go through it, and we just thank Him because we're able to go through it.
Right. I get it.
You get it?
I get it. So, all right, before we get into that, right, let's talk about you. All right. So, all right, you said you was married. What? How old were you?
Oh boy,
where were you born?
Where was I born?
Where?
Oh, where was I born? In Harlem, New York City.
Okay.
I was born in Harlem Hospital, which still stands.
Harlem Hospital. Harlem Hospital.
Let's hear it for Harlem Hospital.
All right. You was born in Harlem Hospital.
Yeah, I grew up in Harlem, 142nd Street, between 7th and 8th Avenue.
142nd Street between 7 and 8. Those are projects.
There's projects now, but
right.
They weren't projects then.
Okay.
Yeah. And
those are what projects? Those St. Nick.
no, that's Drew. I think it's Drew houses now. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you was raised there.
I was raised there. We went to the church that was right across the street from us. It was called Mount Calvary Baptist Church, and that still stands.
Okay.
Yeah, they built the projects around the church.
All right. Do you see this? You see this live feed? You see the live feed on your phone? Just check and see if you see it. Cause I ain't pick it up. I couldn't see the comments or anything. So all right. So you was born there. It's on Dice Deals, I believe. So you was born in Harlem.
Harlem, USA.
Harlem,
That's what
USA.
they call it now.
Yeah, shout out to Harlem. Harlem American. Shout out to Harlem American and everything. You know what I'm saying? And all right, so at an early age, you know.
Okay, well, yeah, I went to school. Went to school there.
It's not there. All right.
Do I keep talking?
Yeah. You can keep.
Went to school. Well, the school that is not there anymore is my sisters and I went to the same public school. It was called PS5.
Okay.
And I have two sisters, and and then I decided I didn't like school that much.
Mm-hmm. They don't see it. Yeah, they don't see it. Someone just texted me and said that they can't find it. It's not going through.
Okay.
Refresh?
Yeah, refresh.
Refresh what? I don't know what refresh means.
Well, a little technical difference.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a. I don't know if nobody can see it. They said they can't see it. All right, we got it now. We there. All right, so we're gonna start all over. We got Mama Love in the building.
What?
We're gonna take it from the top.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're gonna take it from the top, Mama. We're gonna take it from the top. So Mama Love is in the building. She was just telling us that she was born
in Harlem, USA. That's what it's called now, but it was New York City.
Okay.
When I was there.
All right.
And I enjoyed growing up in the,
projects.
No, not the projects. I grew up in what they call now tenements.
Tenements.
Yeah.
Projects.
But no, not the projects.
Okay.
Tenements. There's
Tenements.
projects now.
All right.
But it wasn't projects then.
Yeah.
And we had a nice relationship in our block. Everybody looked out for each other's children.
Yeah, just like the projects.
You keep saying
Got a
projects.
phone call? Hey, we got a call already. You're
Whoa.
a popular person. Yeah, patch him right on in. Hello?
Hi, no negative behavior?
Yes.
I just want to let you know that I'm watching on YouTube. I didn't have any problems seeing anything.
Okay, on YouTube. All right.
Yes,
All right.
Dicey's on.
All right, thank you.
Carol's sister. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So, all right, did you know that the projects in Harlem were initially built for returning soldiers returning from the war?
Yes, that's true.
Right.
The projects were built for that years ago, like back in 1946.
Yes.
Yeah, they had soldiers coming home from war.
And that's why a lot of the projects are named after presidents like Grant, Roosevelt, all like the presidents, they have presidents' names.
That's right, they do. And at one time...
In Harlem.
Yeah. Yes. And at one time, I lived in the Abraham Lincoln projects.
Right, Abraham Lincoln. See?
We lived in Abraham Lincoln projects.
Right,
for about
Lincoln Project. Shout out to
Let's hear it for
I ain't gonna call it Stinking Lincoln, but let's hear it for Lincoln Project, 2101 Madison Avenue.
2101
Never forget that.
Avenue. I know I got some followers out there.
Right, that's where we started. That's where I started.
That's where you started. That's right.
That's where I started, and then we transitioned to
Mount Vernon. We moved to Mount Vernon, and the first thing you said is, I don't want to move to Mount Vernon because I won't have any friends.
Oh, boy. You won't have any. Yeah, nobody's going to know me, right?
That was a quote, unquote, nobody's going to know me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
but
cool.
As it turned out, you got many friends.
Yeah, I got a lot of love out here. Many friends out here. That's cool. All right. So we left Harlem. We went to Mount Vernon.
Right. We left Harlem, went to Mount Vernon. Well, I was telling you, first time I got married, it was early. early marriage. Remember we were talking about that.
Oh yeah, you and I were speaking about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
he
didn't
just
know
found that out today.
Yeah, I just found out that you got married at
16.
16 years old.
Yeah, my first time I got married.
Yeah. Okay. And what was that like?
Well, it was interesting. I still live with my mother and my sisters and my husband and my baby.
Wait, you live with your mother, your sister,
our sisters,
your sisters, your husband lived there, and the baby.
I had a baby. Yeah.
And you had a baby.
Right.
Okay.
And we were there for about a year.
Really?
We lived with my mother for a year.
All right.
Yeah, we it was nice, but then
how old was your husband?
Oh, he was 22.
Ooh. He was what? What I mean, like, all right. So like what was back then? It was a little different back then.
Well, back then it was a little different, and of course we got married because I was pregnant, and that's what they did back then. It wasn't a shotgun wedding, but it might as well have been. And my mother had to sign for me to get married because I was young. Yeah.
I'm interested on how y'all met, but I'll talk to you about that another time. How you was able to meet a 24-year-old, 22, 24, and you was only 13.
No.
14, wherever you was. You probably boosted age up a little bit. You was probably 14. You was probably really 14. Talking about you was 16. I know the game.
Yeah, I lied.
You lied. You was younger.
I said when I met him, I told him I was 16. But
you see, it came out. That is the game. This is what happens nowadays. The girls say, "Hey, I'm 18," and they really be 14, and you can't tell because of all that McDonald's that they eating. You know, they filling out all the steroids in their food and things of that nature. Only way you can tell their age is when you see the book bag on their back.
Well, I was a youngster. Well, yeah, I was young, but we didn't have McDonald's back then.
McDonald's? It wasn't McDonald's back then?
No, not when I was coming up, no.
Ooh. I'm curious, what year?
We had Chuck full of nuts.
What year was this? What year was this where there was no McDonald's?
There was no McDonald's in 1959.
Really?
No.
There was chicken, though, right? Kentucky?
No.
Oh, that's a whole nother episode.
We had fish and chips.
Arthur Treacher's?
No.
No name brand franchise is that?
No.
Just mom and pops.
Chuck full of nuts.
Chuck full of nuts. I only know that coffee.
Yeah, but they sold Frank's and orange drink, and I don't know if they sold hamburgers, but I know they sold Frankfurters.
Okay.
That's really back in the day.
Right.
I'm going way back, guys.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I should. I'm a way back person.
Okay, so all right, so let's fast forward just a little bit.
What?
To let's fast forward to the first time that I got in trouble.
Oh boy, the first time you got in trouble.
Yeah, the first thing that you can remember that I got in trouble for.
Was that the time where I think we rented the car for your birthday?
That's right.
Yeah, that was the first time. It was 4 of you in the car.
Rental car.
In a rental car, a nice white rental car.
Was it white?
Yes, it was definitely white.
Okay. I got a rental car for my birthday.
For your birthday to take your girlfriend to somewhere. She was taking you.
And my mom, you was going away.
No. We were home.
Oh.
And you were riding in the Bronx.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of another incident.
3 other guys.
Three other guys, yeah.
And the cops pulled them over.
Right.
Because somebody's purse had gotten snatched.
No, because someone got robbed.
Oh, okay.
Someone got stuck up over it, and the police pulled up.
Yeah, and the police pulled up. Go ahead, you tell the story because you were in the car.
Well, the police pulled us over.
Yeah, because they looked suspicious.
They looked suspicious.
Yeah, you looked because it was 4 of you, 4 young men.
There was a robbery that had taken place on Bronxwood. We were in the Bronx.
Yeah.
and the four of us was in the car. We got pulled over, and we were held to be identified by the victim.
The victim, that's
and
right.
The victim said that it wasn't us.
She said no, that
it was a he.
It wasn't them.
It was a he.
It was a he.
And he said no, that it wasn't us.
Okay, so.
But, yeah, and then the cops searched our vehicle.
And the cops searched the vehicle, and the guy in the back.
There was a gun in the car.
Had a gun.
No, there was the guy in the back. It wasn't. It was a gun in the car.
Okay,
under my seat.
Under your seat.
Yeah.
Okay. There
under
was
the
a gun
driver's
in the
seat.
car under his seat, and nobody owned up to it. So all four of them got arrested on your birthday.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You
so
remember that?
I remember
Damn.
that clearly. Because
this is December 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
This is December 23rd. It's 2 days before Christmas.
Right.
And here it is. I'm calling home from
the station.
Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the station. From they gave me a phone call from Central Booking, 161st Street, and I had to call home and say I'm locked up.
Yeah. So Dad and I went. I think we went to the precinct, and they wouldn't allow us to see you.
Right. Did that scare you?
Oh my God, scared wasn't the. I mean, I can't. It was like a nightmare.
Right.
This can't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's my son, and this is his birthday, and Christmas is coming, and all that's going on in your head.
I feel like all mothers might.
All
mothers might feel that way
Yeah.
about their children.
Of course they do. Of course they do. And you try to protect. It's like we're like bears. Mothers are like bears. You protect your cubs at all times. And when it gets to the point where you can't protect them, you feel like you don't know what to do, and you kind of fall apart for a minute. You lose your thinking, and you lose a lot, but you got to get back on track because things got to be done.
Right.
So we, Dan and I went to wherever we went, and we ended up going to court and bringing you home.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really didn't stop there.
Well, no, it didn't stop there. You started getting in. I can't remember the second time getting into, quite a few things that you had no business doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, this is not the way you were raised.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't raised that way, but it seemed that you just needed to be on that wild side. And that's why I said that before, that God has a purpose for all of us. And I think everything you went through was to make you a stronger person or a better person.
Right.
And we went through it with you, but that made us just as strong.
Yeah, that's a fact. When any child goes to jail or prison, they don't go by themselves. They take their whole family with them. Anybody that love them, is coming to jail with you. Mm-hmm. And not physically, but emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
They're attached to you.
That's correct.
And a lot of times guys like myself don't realize that. It doesn't resonate.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm. Not yet.
It doesn't resonate yet.
I remember one time this was on this last time that I got into trouble, and I was doing 16 years to life, and you came to see me in a correction facility. You drove up there by yourself. I never forget this. I had a job, so I was down in the visiting room doing some work. I was working down there for a short period of time, and I knew you were coming. You was coming, and I was setting up a table for us to sit at. And I saw you come in the door, and I was holding this table. I had this table above my head, and I was trying to tell you that I'm going to put this table over here, Mom, so we could sit. And you was walking towards me, and I had the table up. I was going to give you a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And you walked right past me and didn't even recognize me.
I didn't recognize you. I remember that.
That hurt. That
hurt you?
I mean, I felt like I've been gone so long that you didn't even recognize me. You walked right past me.
I sure did it. Everybody in the visiting room knew
Right.
what was going on
Yeah.
except me.
Yeah. And you said you ducked under my table that I was holding, and you said, "Excuse me." And I said, "Damn, that's my mom's."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I could imagine now how you felt.
You know, yeah, I got in trouble a lot growing up.
Yeah.
As a adult, because I was an adult. I was 18 years old, 17 years old, 18.
Yeah.
And, you know, they even had me as far as in the penitentiary in California, USP Long Pop.
That's right.
USP Long Pop. I was in USP Terry Hut and USP Long Pop. And I remember you coming out, well,
I sure did.
to California,
That's
Indiana.
right. Indiana, wherever you were, I'd be there.
Oh man,
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. Really,
you know, you needed support, regardless of what you did, how you did it, where you were. You know, the family, we always supported you.
mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody, Dad, myself, your sisters, aunts, uncles, we all supported whatever we supported you, because we're family and we got to do what's necessary to keep you going mentally, to let you know that somebody loved you,
Right.
you know,
And
loved you.
I really appreciate that, and you know, at some point in my life, maybe I definitely took it for granted, but like now, I know that was special.
Yeah.
Because everybody didn't have that where I was at. And, you know, to have that. And this is one of the things that kept me in trouble, because I had that type of love from you and the family. And I didn't realize how special it was, because a lot of my friends, I don't want to say that they didn't have that, but to the extent that I had it, they didn't have it like that.
Okay.
So, you know, at times I had to prove to them that I was like them.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would cause me to go far beyond, like do things that they wouldn't do.
Yeah, you went against the grain.
I definitely, simply put. I
Yeah.
can't put it no better.
You went against the grain, and it wasn't necessary. But sometimes, in your head, you know, you got like I said, I got married early because I was rebellious.
Right.
I was there. It was in my blood. It's in your blood. The rebellion part.
I got it honest.
You got it honestly. I gotta tell you that.
I got it honest.
I was.
I got it from her.
It's nothing to brag about,
Yeah.
but you know, it is what it is. And so, if my mother said do this, I did that. Okay, so I had to learn the hard way also.
Yeah.
You know, I ended up going to a juvenile facility as a kid.
You was in juvie?
I was in juvie, yes. I was in juvie, yeah. I was
definitely
rebellious.
got it honest. I definitely got it honest.
It's nothing to brag about, but
Right.
it's part of life.
We're
it's
not
part of
glorifying
growing up. It's part of
incarceration.
Huh?
We're not glorifying incarceration. We're just talking about.
No, we're not glorifying it at all. I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen to you behind bars. But I'm just saying, things that you do, you have to pay a price.
Consequence.
You know, there's consequences to everything that you do. So you pay the price, you grow from it, and you keep it moving. And I think that's, and I don't think, I see that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You understand me? And I'm very proud of what you're doing and how you stepped out into some successful shoes.
And my feet hurt.
Yeah, well, your feet hurt, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Because
they
you're
fit,
moving
though.
right along,
Right.
you know? And that's the good thing. Like I said before, God has a plan for all of us. And for some reason, he had you away from us for the years that you were away for a reason. Okay?
Do you know how many years that I was away in total?
I think it was half your life.
It was definitely half my life, but in totality, do you know how many years?
I don't like to think about it. You want to tell me?
I was just wondering if you had any. I know. I could give it to you in days.
Oh,
But in years, it was 2 months shy of 25.
Wow. Well, 25 years we've been running and doing.
Yeah.
Hey, I no, you know something? I remember when you were 4 hours away from home.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a little place where you go and you bring food and you can
Camp
eat.
Georgetown.
Yeah, you can eat outside.
Camp Georgetown was the name of the correctional facility.
You got in trouble.
Yeah, that was Camp Georgetown.
Yeah, I remember I drove
18 months.
4 hours up there. Nobody wanted to come with me. Well, it's not that they didn't want to come. I just jumped up that morning and said I wanted to go see you.
Mm-hmm.
And I had nobody to ride with me.
So you drove 4 hours.
So I said, I'll go by myself.
Wow.
And I did.
Yeah.
Said the little red head.
A lot of people don't do that. There's a lot of people that. Kev Ye, come on in here, bro. Yeah, no. Just come on in, man. Kev Ye is in the building. Shout out to Kev Ye. Yeah. Come sit down, man. Put your headphones on, brother. So, Kev Ye you heard some of it, Kev?
I heard a lot of it.
You heard a lot of it. Yeah. I want you to, this is Mama Love, that's Kev Ye.
Mama Love.
I've been watching you on the
That's
show.
right.
I heard you're probably one of the biggest supporters. I appreciate you.
I am.
Right.
I definitely
am. I got one question before we start. That has nothing to do with you. Was Dice a bad weather?
No.
It's got.
Nah. But yeah, like I've heard a lot of good things about you, whatever, and yeah. We when this is over, we're gonna have a conversation because I need some real wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm more than sure you can offer me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, like, when I came home,
yeah,
did you feel like a burden lifted off your chest or your shoulders?
Well, I used to sit in the living room and imagine you walking through the door. I used to see it in my head a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that eventually it would happen. It just took some time, but it did happen eventually. And yes, when you came home, such a burden was lifted. I mean,
right.
a lot of things happened to me while you were gone.
Right.
In terms of health reasons. I mean, because, it puts stress on the body. I developed high blood pressure, diabetes, and that's because I wasn't eating right.
Right.
A lot of things happened, while you were away. And that's what I went through. But when you walked through the door, that was the best thing that ever happened to me in a long time.
Right.
Can I chime in? Y'all don't mind?
No, go ahead.
Because I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, the way I feel, just more so, I feel like this moment for y'all is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So just my questions are gonna be formatted for y'all to answer to each other. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Whatever.
Okay. When he had his run, and you seem like you were very, very supportive. Mm-hmm. Was there any time frame in his entire life that you felt like a really, really high point of disappointment that really, really hurt you? Like, was there a moment? Like, did you ever express that to him? Does he know?
No. I don't think I said anything like that.
No, she Ma never said it. She never said it to me, right? But when I came home, mm-hmm. one of my aunts, my Aunt Glendora, it was Glendora that said it to me. She said to me, "Do you know how much pain you cause your parents? Do you know that you," like, she basically said that I wasted so much opportunity. And she was pretty much asking me, like, what's wrong with you? But she was shooting straight. She was like, bop, bop, bop.
Yeah, that's
nobody never really did that to me. But, and I had to hold that. I had to answer to that. Mm-hmm. I had to speak to that.
Yeah.
Because, she asked that question, and I had to answer. And, yes, I realize it now, but at the time that I was circling the drain, no. It didn't even dawn on me,
Yeah.
Didn't even dawn on me.
Well, those are my sisters, Arnie Vaughn and Art Glendora.
Yeah, Arnie Vaughn shoots straight too.
They both shoot straighter than I do. I think
Okay.
what he calls it, circle in the drain.
Yeah.
I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I mean, I like to tell the truth, but I kind
But-
of go at it a different way.
But you spoke about something earlier about like the strength of mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you and I both know, bro. We gonna have this conversation after the fact, but like he know firsthand what it's like, or he's heard stories about people that don't have
Okay.
a mother even remotely close to the supportive as you was.
Okay.
So has he ever actually apologized to you? Did you ever get that? Because I agree that she deserves that.
Right.
I'm sorry, she does. I'm sorry, bro.
Yes.
I think she deserves that.
Yo, yeah. That was a very, very, very good question. Have I ever apologized?
If you did, I don't remember.
If I did, you would remember.
Did you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, let me be the first to say this at this very, very moment, that I am truly sorry, my dad, family, all of those that I involved in my nonsense, for not only my stupidity, right, because I was being stupid, but for my continuous stupidity, because I hadn't learned. I was a sneaker guy. I was a guy that wanted sneakers, and I wanted materialistic things, and I was caught up in the glamour of that lifestyle, and I didn't realize all the destruction that I was causing, and I was hurting my family. I hurt my mother. You told me yesterday while we was talking
Right.
that you survived cancer.
Yeah.
Bro, people, I never knew this. The whole time, she never, ever told me.
Yeah.
When she told me this, I was hurt. Of course I was hurt. I didn't even know.
But I didn't discuss it with many people. Only a few people know that I had it. And I didn't think it was anything to discuss because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Until I realized that I didn't realize that I was a survivor until maybe about 10 years ago, or maybe more.
All right. Cause we're gonna go back and forth, my mother. I gotta get you. I'm sorry. I gotta get you. I understand why you kept it to yourself, but I'm somebody's child as well, and you know what I mean. When mama cry, you usually cry. So something like that, your children don't even want to imagine the fact. Like, you know how people say like your parents they're supposed to bury they're never supposed to bury their children.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to bury our parents as well. It's hard to stomach, no matter how you slice it. It's like the thought of it and what cancer does, because we're not educated technically on the causes of cancer and how far it might take, but
and how many types of cancer
right,
there
and then
is.
you got to look at it though. It's like we're talking about his strongest support system.
What's the time?
Yeah,
The time.
but it was a long time ago. It was back in
But
19.
yet again, you
Yeah.
represent strength, and you
Right.
and you beat it.
Like my mother, she'll keep things to herself
Right.
that she thinks will hurt the family, me, other people. She's a pleaser, pretty much. And I just mentioned that because that was something that I didn't know about you.
Right, that just happened.
And you just and you
Just
mentioned
happened to
it.
just come out with it, and it just.
Yeah.
Then today, in this day and age, they talk about it so much, and we have a month for the cancer survivors
Right.
and whatnot. There's a whole month dedicated to that, but it's years of research that they still haven't found a cure.
And I probably get this from you too, because I hold a lot in. Like, I'm very, a lot of time that I spent in the cell caused me to be used to being alone. and you know, I seclude myself. You know that I seclude myself a lot. And you know, it didn't leave a lot of time for me to be emotional. It didn't leave me, like, being in those places didn't give me a chance to, like, vent, to really cry, because, you know, because my dad died. He died from cancer.
Yes.
He died. I remember it was in 2006. I was in Auburn Correctional Facility up by Syracuse, and he told me he had cancer, and that they said that he would have 6 years to live.
What?
If he did not get the operation. He had to get his prostate removed, right? Or
He didn't tell me that.
colon. It was either his colon or his prostate. What was it?
It started with prostate.
Prostate.
And he said, he didn't tell me that. They told him he had 6 years.
He told me, and he said at the time he was, what, 76, 72?
No, he probably was about,
7.
what year was that?
That was in
Whatever.
2006.
So he died in 2008. So that was 70. He was 71.
He was 71, and he told me he had 6 years to live. And he said that if he has the operation, if he doesn't have the operation, he'll have 6 years to live. And he told me that at about 6 years from now, he'll be, I think he said 78,
Yeah.
and he'll be old enough. He'll be ready to go by then. But 2 years later, he passed away. And I remember that Sunday, when I called, I went to church, and then I came out and I made a phone call. And when you got on the phone, you were crying when you accepted the call. And I was like, what's going on? And then she told me, like, boom, it was like a bomb. And I think I cried for like 6 seconds. Because I was on the phone in the yard, and somebody saw me crying. They was like, yo, what's wrong with Dice? And they went and got somebody else. What's wrong with you? And they went and got, and I just said, so I didn't have to explain nothing. And I kept it that way for a long time.
And then I went to visit him.
Oh, yeah.
We went to visit him, and we were talking about Dad. I mean, Dad had just passed away. And we were talking about Dad, and he thought that we were talking about Dad so he could cry.
And I kept telling y'all,
yeah,
why you keep talking?
Why you keep talking about him? Because we miss him. We talk about him today, and it's been 11 years.
Right.
And I still feel, the hurt inside that he passed away, because he was a good person.
And what happened when you kept talking about him on a visit, and it was about 150 people in there? What happened?
You broke, didn't you? You broke?
Yeah.
Broke.
Yes, he did. He sure did. But that was not our intention.
I think it was.
You think it was? Well,
It
that's your
could be.
story.
That's my story.
That's your story. Yeah.
But it was all good
Wait.
because I needed it.
You know what though, Mama Love? When that happened, what did you do? Like, what was your response when he did it?
When he cried, we all cried. We were all sitting at the table crying.
Crying.
The one thing I want anybody watching to know, when you see somebody have that breakdown and you got love for them,
Hug him.
you can. There you go. That's where I was going with it. Just,
Yeah, we
just
did
wrap
that.
your arm around them. Just wrap
did
your arm
that.
around them, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
No, but he's just talking about like other people.
No. Anybody, like I'm saying,
Yeah.
like that is
Right.
that's the
That was
response.
the hug
Right.
part.
That was the
Right there,
response.
wasn't
Like
it?
that's, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it take. You ain't gotta actually feel what they're feeling, but just that embrace. You ain't alone.
We held hands. We prayed. We
Yeah.
prayed a lot.
Gene just said he remembered that day because Gene was down there too.
Was he?
Yeah, he was there. Gene was
Oh.
there. Shout out to you, Gene. He
We
helped me down there.
Yeah, we held hands and we prayed, and then we prayed every time we went to see him, and we prayed every time we left, and we prayed at home, and we prayed in church, and I always kept him on the prayer list in my church, and they would send him Christmas cards, different
Ministries.
ministries would send him cards and so forth.
I ain't gonna front. Ma held me down like she.
Which was good. And I had went back to work
Mana did things that only wifeys would do for their boyfriends on the visit.
Yeah,
She said you her only son, right?
Yeah,
it's my only son. Yeah.
But I'm talking about things that only wifey and like dudes girls would do on the visit. Mom was like everything.
That's first love, bro.
Yeah.
That's first love.
Yeah.
I went to BJ's and worked for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And now I love that place, but I couldn't stand any longer.
Mm-hmm.
My knees were acting up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mama buying bulk, y'all.
Yeah.
Mama buying bulk.
That's right.
Mama buys in bulk.
For sure.
Oh my God! But this.
She want to say that. Go ahead, say it.
What?
Go ahead and say what you want to say on that paper.
Oh well, I just wanted to.
Go ahead.
She
want to say this.
Sure,
let's get. Is there a drum roll on here? Because knock.
I already said this, and I was going to say something about your book. That I just found the copyright papers.
Okay.
For your book.
That's done. That's been copyrighted.
It's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, the book is dope.
Because I had no clue where it was.
Oh yeah, but I had that. I have all that. Yeah,
so
I got
you
that.
have a copy. Yeah.
You got your with JJ steam the other day.
Oh my goodness, yes. Does anybody know about the JJ steam?
She got a steam, man. That's her.
Nigga, what?
That's her. That's Mama Love.
Mama Love.
Yeah, Mama Love.
Mama Love.
Yeah. She got her with JJ steam. That's what you said. That's what it says right there.
That's what it says. It was a steam. Yeah.
Nigga, you knew that was on there?
Yeah.
Like, so you just wasn't going to send to your mom?
I've seen it. I said, what if she wants to say that?
Like.
Yeah, I recommend that all females try it at least once, maybe twice. You probably want to do it a third time because it's a good thing for the impurities. I mean, you have a little wine, you're sitting over some steam, and it's really comfortable. I think everybody, all females, should at least try it.
You about to influence my mama. My mama watched this.
JJ Steam.
What's going on?
Yeah, Coach Candy does that, right? Coach Candy, go to your mama would like that.
Yeah, your mama would like it.
Y'all gonna stop talking about my mama?
Oh my God, Mom.
For JJ Steam.
Yeah, I can't believe you had that written on that paper.
Steam your for JJ.
Oh my God.
Where is it?
Oh yeah.
No.
Wait. Steam for JJ.
Yeah. With JJ Steam.
She put it on there. Steam. It's abbreviated.
Yeah. Yeah.
The JJ Steam.
It's a good thing. It's a good feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think all females should do that.
I'm gonna tell you though. Like one of the special moments when I first came home, aside from the fact that when Dad passed, they let me go to the funeral. That was very, very hard to leave. It was hard to leave, after I had already been away for like I think 8 years, and then he passes away, and then they bring me back to the church in Mount Vernon, and I got to see some of my friends. They were there.
They were waiting for you.
They were waiting for me.
Yeah.
Joe Black came running down and he ran down on me. And he's scared the CO that was bringing me down, but what I was gonna say is leaving the church, going back to prison, it was really hard. I was upset, and the officer didn't know how to get back to the highway, and he depended on me to give him directions.
That's the hardest thing. You don't want to go, and you gotta give it up,
bro. I took them right to my crib. turn here, straight, turn, and we stopped at a stop sign at my crib, and I just was speechless. I saw my crib, but I'm going back to prison for 8 more years at least, and it was like, hey, Dice, which way? And it was echoing. It was like an echo. I heard him, but I wasn't paying attention. And I don't know how many times he said it, but I was just stuck looking at.
The house.
Yeah, that was hard.
And then what did the CO say?
And I finally heard him. It was like, which way?
Right.
And I heard him. I was like, oh, that way.
Yeah, and then he said, "You're not taking me past your house."
Yeah,
are you?
that's what he said. He said, "You're not taking me past your house." And I was like, "No, I'm not."
But
Take you to the
what I
highway.
must say about those COs is that you're allowed to stay about a half hour or so
Yeah.
when they bring them down.
Yeah,
So he can come to the
He
funeral
came to the wedding.
handcuffed
Handcuffed.
and
yeah.
shackled,
Shackled.
for
yeah.
30 minutes.
Oh, it
and
was.
it take about 5 hours to get there.
You try not to look at him in that condition. I mean, that broke my heart when he came into
No,
the
but
church
if I'm a
like that.
CO, you know how mad I'm gonna be that I'm taking the ride with your ass
Right.
for 30 minutes.
Right.
Yep, that's what about 30 minutes. But
Mhm.
these COs
Let me stay
let him stay a
Hour.
little bit longer, about an hour.
about an hour.
Yeah, and which was, and so when we went to visit him at that facility, I saw one of them. They saw me and they say, "Hi, do you remember me?" So
Mhm.
I said, "No."
See, you're very impressionable.
I said, "No." He said, "I brought your son down to your husband's funeral." I said, "Oh, hi, thank you."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank you for allowing him to stay the extra time.
Right. It was just, one of those things.
Yeah, that was one of those things. That was a very, that hurt so bad that I don't even like to talk about it.
There was another time that, okay, you don't like to talk about it. It was
Talk about it. It's all right.
it was something else that, was it when I first went into the federal penitentiary that,
You went into some prison. I don't know which one it was, but
Mm.
then when I saw your ID card, I cried all the way back home.
really?
And there was a song called "If I Could"
Mm-hmm.
by I can't remember her name. I played that. I had them play that all the way back home because if I could take the tears away and take the hurt
Right.
away, and oh my God, and I cried all the way back home. 'Cause I said, look at his face, look at that hurt in his face.
It was,
his eyes.
I was 22, locked up for bank robbery, and
You see how he said that?
locked up for bank robbery,
Yeah.
and they sent me to Terry Hutt, USP, United States Penitentiary,
Yeah,
Indiana.
Indiana.
And that was before they had death row, but at that time, when being 22 years old and in the penitentiary with people that's never, for the most part, like I would say 75% of them had life sentences, and that's just straight letters, no numbers. And my first week there, I saw how brutal it was because it happened right in front of me, and it shocked me. Not that someone got stabbed and piped down, but the fact that it happened in the hallway and everybody stepped over him and just kept walking. So the shock of that, I was like, "Oh, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at now." And I think I had called you. I was like, "You got to get me out of here because, I had 5 years and I'm in a penitentiary, because of my numbers, because of my criminal history." So, the time alone is like, being there with 5 years and everybody got 30 plus.
I got a question for you, bro. And I think more so, maybe your mother might have asked you this question, but me and you talked.
Right.
And the way you are, the way you present yourself, your ability to speak, a lot of this shit don't make sense to me.
Thank you.
It don't. So I'm gonna ask, this is my question.
Go ahead.
For you to have a committed mother and father, what was your motivation for the shit you was doing?
I'm going to tell you, that's a good question.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was your motive for anybody that, like,
That's a very, very
what was
good
your
question.
motivation behind keep doing dumb shit? Like,
I'm going to tell you right now. And I touched on this a little bit earlier, and this was something that I had to reflect on. There's a question I asked myself.
right.
It was having peanut butter and jelly, milk and cereal, all of these things in the house, right, was a good thing I took for granted.
Right.
Now, first and foremost, when we moved to Mount Vernon, it was mostly, white dudes on the block, and it was all my friends, but they were a little different. And there was one other black brother on there, my man Earl, he introduced me to the south side of Mount Vernon, where there was more black people, Hispanics, and things of that nature. Right. Things that I wouldn't say I was used to, but more relatable. Mm-hmm. And they was cool with me. They accepted me right off the top. It wasn't until I brought them to my house, right, where they see that mom and dad lived there. You got milk and cereal in there.
You wasn't a statistic, bro.
I wasn't. I didn't have to do hang over here and do the things. And I bring them over, and they be like, "Damn!" And now they start calling me like I'm rich, privileged. They saying I'm rich, or they saying that I'm privileged, or they're using words to make me seem better than them.
Me personally, initially, seeing your mother and father, and that junction made you rich already to me.
Right.
Like that particular part is like, there's a nigga to live here. Yeah. It's not a weird uncle or somebody your mom is just sleeping with. Like, this was your dad.
This is my dad. Right. And he come home every day.
Right.
However,
Mama, he really came home every day.
Yeah.
You can't.
Best husband in the world.
Every day, bro.
Best
bless King. Bless King.
Yeah.
Best husband in the world.
To end that off, being looked at like you said that you would look at me as privileged, I would rebel against that, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm worse than you, bro, because I'll go hit this dude with a hammer in the head right now to show you.
Right.
Or I'll go run up in this store and do this just to show you.
But you know what like really bugs me out with that?
What?
My journey. Like completely opposite.
Right.
I'm nothing like that.
Right.
I like those choices were easier for me to make. I just never made them.
Yeah.
That was never my lane.
Got it.
Like and that's why I'm like, yo, damn, bro, like
why? No, you like damn, bro, to me. Like why would you?
But it's like I don't get it, because honestly, in certain circumstances, I am who I am. The life is what I have. It is what it is. But I would have loved to have that lane.
To have that, and this is what I'm saying is that having it, taking it for granted, but trying to get acceptance from your peers.
Right.
Getting accepted from your peers. This was my downfall. Trying to be accepted.
Right.
I never even have to go outside. I had my DJ equipment. I didn't have to go anywhere.
Right.
And his father built him a DJ booth.
Yeah. And I used to throw parties, and we had a pool table. I could entertain company, but when I bring people over, they start calling me, teasing me about being privileged, like.
So you had to prove to yourself.
So I had to hit them with something, or hit somebody, or do this, or do that, and then instead of them teasing me, they be like, "Yo, he's crazy."
That's all. Right.
That was all that was about, bro.
Nah, because honestly, like if you ask me, man, like just the way Dice is, that shit cost him his life.
It did.
A huge chunk of it.
It cost him. You know what I'm saying? Like just because my thing is, it's like, it's basically due to peer pressure. It's like, okay,
exactly.
He became the what if story. And mind you, it's like you look at the privilege and all that or whatever, like bottom line, the way your life was set up, like shit, the goals was limitless.
I worked at the bank that I robbed. I didn't work at the bank that I robbed. I worked for the franchise at one point.
What was your job though?
I was a courier. I would bring their checks to drive up to Wall Street in the morning, drive to Wall Street in the morning, then come back to New Rochelle, and then bring the checks up to Brewster and work my way back down. I was
I have a stupid question, because we're all thinking it. Mama love, you want to know this too. Nigga, what did you do with the money?
He didn't get any money.
Oh, man. Yeah. No, right. There you go.
He didn't get any money.
Yeah.
No money. But I wanted to interject something here. While he was incarcerated, a lot of COs would say to him, "What the hell are you doing here?"
It's right. It's crazy to me. It don't really make no sense.
What the hell are they doing there? Yeah. It was a period of my life that it's. I'm gonna tell you, like Eddie Williams would say, it was the most transformative experience that I had, because I learned about myself. I learned. I figured it out.
Right.
I figured it out what I was doing, you know, and I say I figured it out before too late because I'm still alive and well.
Right.
It's not late.
It's
Consequently,
not. It's not too late.
No,
right.
but honestly, if you ask me, this is technically, I guess, finding a positive out of a negative.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, one, let's be clear. He didn't fuck his body up. I'm sorry, Mama Love. You don't mind? Is that okay? I'm sorry. He didn't. A woman didn't like run him down and all that or whatever. Like, so he still has his youth. And honestly, bro, like, you owe it to everybody who took that ride with you to be great at this moment, bro. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be. Like, literally, like, no matter what, like, open a bank if you can. You dig? And then rob it. But they can't send you to jail like it's my money. But,
Oh yeah.
But honestly, like, just more so, whatever, just. You got to think about it like this. It's like, all right, you was destined to be a legend. Now be the right one. You dig? Like, it's like, yo, you made a choice, and it affected everybody. You had to take the ride. Mama did the bid as well.
That's a fact.
You dig?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Bottom, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, you wanted to be a legendary to your peers. Now do it to the right way. You, know you dig? Like, now you get a real choice.
Kev, yeah, in the building.
I like that. I like that. Give me that.
Yeah, he got it going on. I'm hitting with it right now.
Yeah,
You know,
I like that.
Oh, now that's a soundbite. Say that.
Yeah, it's a soundbite.
Soundbite.
But you know, I do again, Ma, because I know I put you through a lot. I put everybody through a lot. You know, with my choices, and you know, I can't apologize enough. I just try to do the right thing so that.
Thank you for that. But how many times can you say you're sorry?
Yeah.
I understand. I know you're sorry.
Right.
I know that you learned a lot through the experience.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you go through something, whether it be good or bad, you got to call it an experience.
Right.
It's something. That's why we celebrate life, because we're still alive to talk about it.
That's a fact.
You know?
Celebrate life.
That's
Celebrate
right.
life.
Celebrate life. We
That's
here,
right.
and we're talking about it, and we're telling people your story, some of my story, and Kev's story, and we do that because people want to know.
Right.
They want to know that whatever they're going through, that they're not doing it by themselves.
Right.
You understand? There's other people going through the same
And
thing.
nobody's
with
above
them.
the trials and tribulations of life.
That is so true.
Absolutely. We
Shit, I
all
know I
got
ain't.
ours.
Right.
I know I ain't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's you know, there's a lot of guys that I know. Shout out to all my fellas that's out now, that's doing the right thing, that's in school, that's working, that's, you know, started their own businesses, and you know they're working their way back into society. This re-entry, that it's not easy for everybody to re-enter back from those experiences. Especially, you know, some people's experiences was a lot different from mine in the penitentiary. You know, people went through a lot of things, and for a split second mistake, a split second, the choice, you made the wrong choice in a split second, and it cost you a lot of time. What was that?
I think that people should get themselves into a good church base. Yeah, you have to be
religion.
Well, yeah,
church,
you
mosque.
gotta hear the word mosque. Well, whatever
Works for them.
you choose. Yeah, for yourself. You could Allah, you know, Jehovah, God, whatever. You should get into a nice church and work for the glory of God.
Yeah, Ma. Well, I got something for you, Ma. I know you always wanted a Jaguar. But I got you a spare key to my Acura Legend coupe, so I'm gonna give you that. No, but wait, hold on, Kev.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got it's a big ass bow on it though, so I got.
Yeah.
Hold on, bring the camera, bro.
Yeah.
Bring the cameras.
Yeah. You always wanted a Jaguar. Well, I ain't get you no Jaguar. Yeah, we got you a bouquet of roses. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's just a small token. It's just a small
look,
token
guys.
of my appreciation.
Beautiful.
But I will consistently
Thank you.
be working towards, you know, making a better life for both of us,
For us.
where you don't have to worry about me, you know, ever going back to those places again.
I don't have that fear in my heart anymore.
Right.
You know, I used to have that fear. I used to be concerned and worry, and I worried so much. But I don't have that fear anymore. The fear is gone, and it's replaced with love and faith.
Faith. Dope.
Mama Love, you did good no matter what.
Mhm.
You did good.
You sure did.
I'm not talking about today. I mean, in life, you did good. Regardless of his journey, you did good. I want you to remember that.
Right.
You did good.
Thank you
we
for
we,
that
we really,
observation.
I joke around and say I got honesty, but by no means do I hold you responsible for any of my choices.
Oh, I don't believe you do.
Right.
I mean, you said that, I said it, but I was a juvenile, but I came back.
Yeah.
Back strong.
Yeah, you definitely did. You definitely did. You
So
did
he
your
wasn't a
job.
bedwetter, though?
No, he wasn't a bedwetter.
What I
I'm
like-
just saying, we talked about Steen, the JJ. So I would we need something that's usable for future shows that we
Yeah.
can make fun of Dice about.
Yeah, what could you make fun of me about? What?
I'm just saying, because no.
I can tell you
Because his
something.
street
You wanna
cred
make
is through the
something funny?
roof right now after this one. And it's like, think about it. We talking about street cred and a nigga love his mama. Like, it's street
Right.
That love is different right now. I need something that we can use to, you know what I mean? Was he a bedwetter?
Give
How
us
often
something.
did we
Give
flip
us
mattresses?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he was a baby, when he had a choice, well, he used to like a bottle of juice, orange juice, cocoa, or water.
Okay.
So he'd wake up and he wanted something to drink. So I'd give him the water. He'd throw that bottle down. I'd give him some juice. Then he wanted the cocoa. And then another night it would be something different. So I put all 3 bottles in his crib. When he was a baby.
I was regular.
That ain't regular.
I like juice. I
What
like
mama
to
gonna
drink.
give you variety?
I like to
That
drink
was
cocoa
crazy.
and juice and water
Yeah,
at the
no,
same
no.
damn time.
But to put all 3 bottles in the crib, like, nigga, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Figure it out. I'm not gonna make
well, that. All right, you can run with that.
No, look.
That's cool.
That's look.
the
Yeah.
truth.
Juice, water,
And
Cocoa.
and
Bottle of cocoa.
I'm in love with the
Right.
cocoa.
Look, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, figure it out. It's all 3.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm gonna be in the other room.
I'll be right here.
Right,
Don't
you know
bother
what I
me.
mean? Like, just right.
Mom.
Figure this one out.
Yeah, this is Mama Love is my number one supporter. No matter what, I love you to death.
Love you too.
I'm glad you came on the show. You know what I'm saying, and I appreciate you always being there.
Thank you.
And I'll do anything you want me to do. It. You got the red carpet.
Thank you.
You
Thank
already
you,
know
thank
that,
you.
Ma.
Yeah, I know.
Mother.
I know that, though.
Mother.
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 Your mother.
You
Yeah.
are mother.
I'm glad that I was able to do this.
You did really well.
I thought I was going to be extremely nervous and not able to talk, but
You mentioned
this is
Steven
a
the
comfortable-
JJ. You are relaxed. You got it.
comfortable
yeah.
setting.
Relax.
Yeah, you said it.
Right.
Yeah, you relaxed.
Yeah.
You relaxed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, I
Thank
really.
you
How
for
much
the
time we got
flowers.
left? A couple of minutes. 4 minutes left. Anything you want to say? You want to talk to the people? Go ahead, talk to them.
Well, I hope all my Facebook family tuned in and wanted to give you something to talk about, enjoy, and maybe you could tune in again next week to No Negative Behavior.
Oh, you promoting? You promoting the show? Go ahead, girl.
Well, yeah, because you're my son. I think the more viewers you get, the more popular you get.
Right.
So I do believe that this is going somewhere. It's a comfortable setting. They make you feel at home. And I think that one day I'd like to come back.
Oh.
Like everybody says that. I've seen people say that.
They, but nah, I just hear this shit in my head, bro. People do say that or whatever, but Marcia, you are more than welcome.
For sure.
Oh,
More than
that's-
welcome.
What you
that's-
bowl today?
Oh yeah, I love bowling.
What you
guys.
bowl?
My highest game was a 124.
A 124. That's not too
But I have a team. My team took 5 points.
Okay.
5 points.
So that's a good thing.
All right. Shout out to the team, Mr. Hanks.
Shout out to Bowling and Miss Colleen.
Miss Colleen Campbell. Shout out to Miss Colleen Campbell.
And Oscar Hanks. That's
And
my
Oscar
teammates.
Hanks. You came a long way from Lennox Lanes.
I came a long way. If anybody out there remember Lennox Lanes, that was the place.
It's on 126.
Yeah,
On 46th Street between
On what?
146.
46. Oh,
Yeah.
It wasn't 26.
It's
Okay.
Yeah,
on the
Lennox
the
Lane.
Harlem lanes was
Yeah.
on 25th.
Yes.
On the phone?
Yeah. It's upstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But,
Valerie's on the chat.
Who?
Val. Shout out to Val. What up, Val? So you got 3 daughters and 1 boy,
Valerie, Jeanette, and Darlene.
That's
and
right.
You.
and me.
Julie said, Dice, since you on the right track, can I get my Public Enemy album back?
Oh my God. I got somebody's record. I got so many records in it downstairs. Come get it. You could come and get it. I still got all my albums. I still got my DJ equipment. Yeah, I still got that vinyl. And I don't know what Public Enemy record. Yeah, it must be Favor Black Planet that I think I
How
have.
long ago was that?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a while
Okay.
ago, but you
Fight
know,
the power.
fight the power. I'm
Hey.
so happy that you came. You know, this was a very enlightening experience for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope the viewers enjoyed the show. You know, tomorrow is election day.
Let's
All
get
right, get out and vote, guys.
Yo, get out and vote.
I'm
do your
working
thing.
the polls. I don't mean twirling. I mean
Yeah.
working the polls.
Yeah, so you'll be working the
I'll
polls.
be working the polls.
Get out there and get your vote on.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Make a change for the better. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Whatever your choice, just do it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know?
Don't talk about them and you ain't voting.
Be about it.
Be about
Be
it.
about
Make
it.
it actionable. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, I really enjoyed your company, Ma.
Thank you so
Kevier,
much.
dope
Definitely
as
appreciate it.
always. You know, be on the lookout for Kevier's story. He's coming soon.
We got some work to do.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got some work to do. This dude has a story.
Yeah, no, trust me, I do. Like,
Yeah,
we got some work to do.
yeah, we're gonna be working
we
on
got
that.
some work to do.
This guy,
Yeah, we definitely got some work to do.
That's
I'm
a
a
fact.
work in progress. It's all therapeutic.
work
at
in
this point.
progress.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
Mama Love,
That's
All
right.
right.
I need you to hit.
Yeah,
Maybe there.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like, put
Yeah.
me on your prayer list.
Yeah,
I,
Right.
Before you leave tonight, I need a hug. I need some of that strength this evening.
you got it.
I do.
I'll invite you to my church too. Unity
Uh-oh.
Baptist Tabernacle,
hmm
101 South 2nd Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York.
She is doing her marketing
That's
right
that-
now.
that's
Oh no,
my
she
right.
was like she
Pastor-
is linking
Boy,
everything.
yeah.
My pastor is Reverend Dr. Edward Mulrain, and Sunday we'll be celebrating his 16th anniversary. 16 years.
16
service.
years.
Yes.
Shout out to Dr. Reverend Lorraine.
Yes.
His book is dope too.
Yeah,
You
he
know
wrote
what I'm
3
saying?
books.
He wrote 3 books. I read one of them and it was super official, you know. But we about to run out of time, Ma.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Love you to
I'm
death.
getting comfortable now, guys.
That's right. So, you know, how much time we got? It's just about over.
It's a wrap.
I just want to say, see you later, alligator.
After Wild Crocodile.
There you go.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we got something special coming for y'all. Be here with B Square Official Tissue.
Peace.
Peace.